everyone, Sam from United People's TV here, just to give a quick recap of the Bournemouth press conference that Van Gaal's just had this morning. Lots of injury updates, lots of injuries. He's also been talking about whether he's going to win trophies this year, his confidence. Had a little chat about Schneiderlin. Also, it's basically him talking about Europa League, how he's going to see that competition, and quite a lot of updates really. So let's get straight to it. First up, injuries. It's a long, long list. United have got 8 players out injured at the moment. That is Jones, Darmian, Rojo, Shaw, Smalling, Valencia, Herrera and Rooney. All 8 players are going to miss the game against Bournemouth. That's bad news. Worst news, obviously, is Chris Smalling. He's played 90 minutes in like every one of our last 10 games, I think, apart from one where he played 84 minutes. I'm not even sure if that was for us or for England, but Chris Smalling missing is a crucial, crucial part. It's kind of the heartbeat of United's team right now. Him and De Gea have been flattering to deceive in that United haven't been playing very well at the moment, but our defence has been so strong. With Smalling and De Gea in the team, I'm not sure how they're going to cope without it. Let me know who you were playing defence against Bournemouth, because with Rojo as our secondary left back, Darmian, Jones, Shaw, Smalling and Valencia could probably play right back as well. You could honestly see like a defence of Varela and Borthwick Jackson at full-backs and maybe Daley Blind and Paddy McNair at centre-backs. That's almost like an under-21s defence, let alone a Premier League defence. So it's going to be very hard for us to cope there. But on a more positive note, Morgan Schneiderlin's going to be fit. We really missed him against Wolfsburg. Anybody who doesn't see the importance of him to United hasn't been watching him closely enough, I feel. Personally, he's my first choice midfielder out of all that team. If all the midfielders are fit, he's my first midfielder I drop in there. He just does the unexciting stuff and he adds real energy to the midfield. Without him in there, with Schweinsteiger and Carrick, it's too slow. Fellaini in central midfield against Wolfsburg, for God's sake. You're never going to win games like that, are you? So I think him being back is a crucial positive, especially because Bastian Schweinsteiger is obviously banned for 3 games. Van Gaal has been talking about the suspension. He's also said it's a little bit strange again afterwards, but the referee was whistling and talking with the 2 other players. It's strange again, but we don't have any luck, I think. There's no point mentioning luck. Schweinsteiger raised his arm, whether it was a forearm or an elbow. That's your own opinion, but I don't think we can have too many complaints about Schweinsteiger getting banned for 3 games. Makes it more difficult given our injuries, or what can you do? When it rains, it pours, and that's what's happening to United right now. Nothing's really going our way, but we shouldn't be starting to blame luck because we're making our own bed and now we've got to sleep in it. We're playing poor football and the results are poor because of it. Van Gaal's also been talking about Rojo and Schneiderlin. He said Schneiderlin is coming back, so that's not a problem, but we have a list of 8 players injured, as I've already told you, and Marcus Rojo has been operated on this week and it takes a long time. These injuries are very heavy. Shaw and Valencia have also been operated on, and that's our problem. So it looks like we're going to be without Rojo for a while. El Liberal, which is an Argentinian newspaper, said that they felt that Rojo could be out for as much as 2 months. That would be a real big blow because the left-hand side at the start of the season was one of our strengths, with Shaw and Memphis playing really well in a nice partnership. We were getting really good overlapping runs, and teams couldn't really defend that well against us. We always had an extra player there. Rojo wasn't the perfect replacement for Shaw, but he did quite a lot of good things. Take him out of the equation, we've now got to go back to maybe Ashley Young, who was very poor against Leicester at left wing back. He was too far out of position. So then we're going further back, going Cameron Borthwick Jackson, 18-year-old, made his Premier League debut against West Brom, I believe, and now he made his Champions League debut against Wolfsburg. And I actually think he acquitted himself very well. But when you're relying on these 18, 19-year-olds who don't have any experience, it's a massive risk and a massive gamble, but United don't have much choice at the moment. Van Gaal lives and dies by having a smaller squad in order to promote the youth, and that's something I personally agree with. I think that's a good thing. But when you've got this many injuries, it's really getting stretched, and it could potentially get exposed. But we're going to have to see what happens at Bournemouth. Bournemouth have beat Chelsea 1-0 in their last game, so they're going to be buzzing. And United are coming in off the back of the Wolfsburg loss and Champions League exit, so we're not going to be buzzing. But it's a newly promoted side, so we should be looking at this and saying 3 points. Anyway, Van Gaal's also been questioned on his ability to win trophies this season. He says, no, don't have any doubts in his own ability. He's still confident. I would say the confidence is starting to dwindle among fans. And I personally think that this Bournemouth game is a very important game in that we're either going to see a reaction from Van Gaal and United after getting knocked out of the Champions League, or we're going to see United revert into character, going back into these 0-0 draws. And if that happens, then I think fans have every frustration and right to say, where's the progress, Louis? You know, we've just been knocked out of the Champions League and now you've got to play 0-0 football again. I don't personally think it's going to happen. I'm still trusting in the players and trusting in Van Gaal. Maybe that's naive, but I'm trying to be optimistic, really, because what can you do? There's no point being pessimistic. Van Gaal's also talking. He's saying, I'm working very hard and so are my players. We will do everything we can. Talk the talk. You've got to walk the walk against Bournemouth. What else have we been talking about? We've got Van Gaal here, said there were lots of positives. When you don't want to see them, that's not my problem. And that's Van Gaal's take on the game against Wolfsburg. Yes, I think there were quite a few positives against Wolfsburg in that we actually attacked. We looked really dangerous going forwards and we scored 2 but could have scored more. And I want to see that now applied to Bournemouth. I want to see us win 3-1, 3-4-1. We've got the players in the team. Yes, we haven't got everybody. We've got lots of injuries, but there's still a lot of talent in that team. And to say that we don't have enough to beat Bournemouth would be lying. We do. And Bournemouth have got terrible injuries as well. They've got like Max Gradel missing, Wilson. A lot of their marquee signings for Bournemouth this season, the ones they brought in to help them stay in the Premier League, are out injured. So we can't be going Bournemouth and not coming away with 3 points. Van Gaal's also been talking about the Europa League. He's saying, for me, it's a big competition. And I think that's the right mentality. Yes, it's Thursday nights and Sunday football. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. We're going to have to travel to, like, I don't know, Estonia or some weird Eastern European place if we get a tough draw. But it's a European competition. The winner of the competition gets into the Champions League this year. It's a new incentive for teams to really take it seriously. And I personally think we will. And there's good teams in there now. We've got Dortmund. We've got Liverpool have dropped down. Well, they're not dropped down. They've always been there. Spurs are in there. Valencia, Gary Neville's Valencia. There's some good teams and there's some tough draws. So I don't think it's a waste of time. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Should we just be ignoring the Europa League and concentrating on the Premier League? There's a lot of people there who do feel that. Obviously, in the papers this week, we've had Ryan Giggs, who's been linked to the Swansea job. Van Gaal's been very dismissive of that. Says he'll discuss it with Giggs if it came to it. But again, let me know your comments below. Do you think that Giggs moving to Swansea would be a good move for Giggs and for United? Or do you feel that he should stay at United and continue as the assistant manager? My own personal perspective, I think Giggs going to Swansea would be a great move because for United it takes away the risk of letting Giggs come anywhere near the job without any Premier League experience. And for Giggs himself, it gives him that experience. For me, it's a bit of a win-win situation. I think Swansea would take a massive risk getting rid of Gary Monk and bringing in Ryan Giggs. But I'm not a Swansea fan. I'm not on the Swansea board, so I'm not making these decisions. But I think from Giggs' perspective, it will be a good thing. And that's it for the roundup of the press conference. As you can see, there's lots and lots to talk about. And United are going through a tough time at the moment. But a reaction with a good win against Bournemouth would calm the nerves a bit. If we don't, and we come away with another 0-0 draw, don't be surprised to see these frustrations continue to boil over and real questions start to be asked about whether Van Gaal is the right manager for Man United. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video, that always helps us. And also, make sure you watch United People's TV at the weekend. See you later. There's no point resting on it, but Van Gaal, there's real pressure on Van Gaal now. And what